You're all here so early.
Looks like we have everyone here. Isak?
I'll watch from a safe distance.
Okay, let's... Dia, wait, what's the matter? I heard that you were quite reckless yesterday.
They got here before us.
Uh-oh. Is it because Paimon overslept by 5 minutes and held everyone up?
Is everything ready?
Absolutely. You brought fewer people than I imagined.
Bring him over.
Grandpa! Why is there only...
Raman, I've always thought of you as a man of his...
It's a one-for-one exchange. And let me put it this way. Agreeing to any kind of deal...
You stay right there!
What do you think you're doing?
Grandpa!
Don't you see this blade here?
You coward! Why are your hands shaking?
Wait a second! It's a earthquake!
Paimon's dizzy.
This day's going just...
The sand dune collapsed. I saw an energy field. It glowed green with dendro. Just like you said. The dendro are coming.
Grandpa?
Hey, look around.
There used to be a...
It seems that when the sand dune collapsed, the symbols on the gate belonged to King Deshret's civilization. It could have been an underground palace in the...
Oh, a miracle. Praise King...
What's he doing here? And
They must have fallen down here with us. Most of them seem in really bad shape, except...
Mind your head.
No, this isn't the time for conflict.
he's not actually...
As it happens, I want to take...
What are you doing?
Don't you think it's curious? 1 minute, Lesser Lord Kusanali's power protects us from harm. 2 major deities are vying to showcase their power to us.
Paimon thought you weren't interested in God.
Indeed. In my view, gods are just new discoveries are always worth investigating. Whether they have anything to do with gods is neither here.
Raman, what are you gonna do about...
I'll just let them lay here. King...
It's full of life here. This defies comprehension.
Yeah, and there's so many plants. It's so pretty.
Sir Rahman,
Huh?
do you see another Rahman?
Are you mocking me?
Interpret it however you want. But there's something I'd like to draw your attention to. While this structure is clearly...
Whatever you say.
There's nothing to be angry about.
It does seem kind of strange. If that's true, then we might have to explore this whole area to find an explanation.
To ashes! Committed to memory! Phew. Leave it all to me. Grow! This may hurt a little. Grow! Higher, hands on fire! Make yourselves at home. must leave no stone unturned, as a good knight should.
Eyes on me!
Committed to memory. Sharing my knowledge.
Leave it all to me.
Let's play turn a little.
Now that's a sight to see. King Deshret's splendor surrounds us.
There's so much vegetation here. It's different than what I expected.
Sure are a lot of plants for a desert.
That's what I call divine providence of King Deshret.
One client, two clients, three clients. It's getting brighter! Oh,
Wait. What's that?
A load of flowers. And it looks like there's something among them.
These are...
They left something behind.
What does it say?
Here lies our faith. His wisdom is a miracle among the people.
You can read Ancient King...
Of course. Every student needs to master at least...
He's not serious.
There's still something off about this place. The scent of life.
Is this it?
Analyzing.
There seems to be a hidden message among these skeletal remains. Excellent. There's a device from King Deshret's civilization.
Isn't sharing knowledge against...
Yes. However, under the circumstance, you'll understand after watching it.
Civilization is born of knowledge, but so too can knowledge be its demise. A disaster caught us unaware. It was knowledge that did not belong to this world. King Deshret brought this forbidden knowledge into our world, and it quickly spread like a plague. People's minds were filled with crazed whispers. Dark gray scales spread across their bodies. Even the land was stripped of its vigor. Only a desperate, deathly silence remained. Were it not for greater Lord Rukkhadevata from the forests, the damage would have been irreversible. She summoned the priests to build temples and infused into them the divine power of life. The disaster was miraculously tempered, and the embers of our civilization were preserved in Aru village. Alas, the miracle could not last. As long as forbidden knowledge continued to exist, it would forever blight this world. In the end, the proud king of the desert, my eternal lord, chose to sacrifice himself. I have spent my whole life since guarding one of these many temples. But now, my duty is coming to an end. As I close my eyes for the final time, the sight of that noble deity will appear in my vision once more. In helping King Deshret to eradicate forbidden knowledge, she exhausted her strength, and her form became that of a small child. How strange. Now that I think of her, I no longer have any fear of death, for I sense that the spirit of life will abide with me during my eternal sleep. Children of the desert, cling no longer to past grievances, but hold tight to the memory of this act of benevolence.
What was that?
The priest's memory.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
But this...
Was that the form?
You might be distrustful of the Akasha, but there's no reason. You've just witnessed.
I've never heard about any of the surviving followers of King Deshret all gathered in Aru village. Our god did not make King Deshret's death. The all but total annihilation we saw as nothing more than a traitor who stabbed us in the back in our moment of crisis. Just like us humans.
You were blinded by your prejudice.
If I hadn't seen it, how could I ever begin to accept this? The truth is so far from what I've always known.
Raman, give it a rest. You're starting to make a fool of yourself.
Dia, my Aramites and I, what are we even fighting for?
Hey, how you doing?
I should probably go.
What's your next move gonna be?
Oh, I know what you're going to ask. But please, give me some time. After everything that's happened here today, somehow
It's not gonna be...
Well, I guess that's for me to deal with.
When would be a good time?
Tomorrow, I'll convince everyone, and I'll return every last one of your mad...
You seem to finally understand that.
Yes. The gods never gave up on anyone.
That must have been rough. But he seems to have figured things out now.
Ramon's no fool. Being the leader of your own faction in the desert is no easy feat. It's too bad he was held back by his belief in King Deshret. But now that that's...
The outcome...
We should get going too. Let's head back. Have a Sino, we're leaving!
Stop yelling.
Ramon, we're here.
Everything's been arranged. Someone will bring the...
I guess all I can say now...
Don't mention it. But we share a common cause now.
Where are the perpetrators?
I'll bring you to them.
So these are the people who kidnapped the village keepers.
Oh no, it's the scribe!
There's no need to yell.
We've been all over the desert trying to find you!
That's right.
General Mahamatra? No, no!
Whoa. The moment they set eyes...
You should have known that I would...
Wait, we were just following orders. You know what I'm talking about, right? There's no way we could have...
No, not Sino. He's gonna...
I could do what?
Please have mercy.
Start talking.
So, your superiors...
They, want...
Don't play dumb. They extract divine canned knowledge.
I am...
Well, you better start talking or you'll be...
You don't want to make things any more difficult for yourself, do ya?
Be my guest.
Uh-huh. That sure didn't...
How did you know?
There's no use hiding it now. Yes, you're right. The Academia is working on an important and potentially world-changing project. They are creating, it may seem as if Sumeru's academics are thriving, but ever since the death of the withering of Irminsul has been getting worse recently. The sages have tried everything they could think of, but nothing's worked. I'm always hearing them say things like, if...
Continue.
And then, someone from the Fatui showed up. They called him the Doctor. He brought, the Doctor was previously expelled from the Academia. At first, the sages looked down at him in disdain. But when he said, he asked them...
This is what the arrogant ignorance at the
First, the Academia spent a long time constructing. After that, they harvested dreams via the Sebzerus Fest with the Doctor's help, and the Akasha now functioning at maximum efficiency. Next, they decided that their new god needed to possess divine wisdom.
It adds up.
But how do you determine whether the knowledge extracted is of divine or...
Call it an educated guess? The Academia has been trying to figure out the exact source of the scholars. Nobody can explain the cause of this phenomenon. Surely you could... If it's knowledge no mortal can comprehend, then it must be something only gods are able to decipher.
You must have noticed by now. The Academia doesn't care about who their god is. It is as if they are cursed with a desire for omniscience, and some organisms demonstrate phototaxis, and thus orient their entire lives in respect to sources of light. For the sages, this is but a form of phototaxis. For many scholars, the absence of...
Then what does Lesser Lord Kusanali mean to you? Is she not a true god present in this world? If you...
From the beginning, when the Academia first discovered Lesser Lord Kusanali, the newborn god of wisdom, the sages hoped that she would be as... They found that at the time, she possessed no more intelligence than any ordinary human child. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali's gnosis had been used to power the Akasha this slowly but surely.
So...
All right, let's try to keep our cool. If everyone's in... Raman, give me a few men to help us escort the village keepers back to the village.
Sure.
The village keepers you found have all been returned to their homes, and each one has a dedicated caregiver to look after.
The atmosphere... Hey! Say something! Stop spacing out!
Come on, is there nothing left to talk about? In that case...
Or I can go...
Oh! Paimon's...
Do you have any plans, Traveler?
Gods above, you're not talking about work, are you?
So you were still withholding some information?
Even though we lived through all of this firsthand, it still feels super surreal to hear you talk about it again.
What a whirlwind of a story. I felt like a...
It seems like there'll be more issues to face in the days ahead.
Still, now's a good time to make our next move. Now that Raman's...
It's time to make a
Indeed. These events are a flagrant
So,
Crush the sages and rescue our god. That.
Well, let's brainstorm a little more.
The next time we gather here, we must have a solid...
Yep!
if you ever want to trade tactics, I'm all...